Hello there, Aries. Welcome to your July love reading. What I'm going to do is do a quick general spread and then break down each of the week as far as any advice or themes that we need to be concerned about for each week. So here we go. Since there are 5 weeks, sort of incomplete, about 5 weeks in July, I'll put out 5 cards here to represent the 5 weeks. Okay? And I'll also place a tarot card in each one of them so that we can talk about that weekly theme that we need to be concerned about. Okay? All right. Okay, now we'll do the regular spread here. I'm going to move these guys out of the way here so I have more room. All right, Aries, here we go. I'm going to move my phone out of the way too. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, bottom of the deck here, Aries, is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so regarding your love reading for the week of July, or I'm sorry, for the month of July, it looks like everything is moving along exactly the way you want it to. So whatever you are working towards, or if you have a current relationship, everything looks really good, especially with this, you know, with the overall theme of the Wheel of Fortune. Now here we go. We're starting out the month here, currently starting out the month with a sense of loss. Whether it's a financial loss, something material, there is a sense of loss here in your love life. And what's holding that up is the obstacle is the actual relationship, the commitment that you have towards another person, right? Whether this is marriage, this is someone you're currently dating, there is a loss here, and there's some grieving and a sense of insecurity between the two of you. The past here, when I see the 8 of Pentacles, I think of work. Right? So in the past, perhaps what's been going on here is there's a whole lot of work. One of you is really just, you know, just kind of has their head buried into their work and maybe not necessarily taking the time to look up and really be part of the relationship. There may be an imbalance there that's going on. And so one of you is feeling a sense of loss and insecurity because perhaps this person is carrying on and spending way too much time at work and kind of neglecting the relationship. Here in the future, what's coming soon after is you're planning a trip, perhaps, and planning also to expand the relationship. If you are looking to elevate the relationship, you know, to the next level, this is something that you both will end up having to discuss, and you'll be kind of headed that way. You're seeing that this is the relationship that I want, and you're planning to move forward with it. What's currently on your mind is, unfortunately, there's a little bit of a competition or a little bit of fighting that's going on here. That whenever I see here the 5 of Wands, this isn't not necessarily something that I like to focus on. It's not a major fight per se. It's more just noise, right? Nothing that is worth really pursuing, nothing that's worth really worrying too much about. This is noise. And you can choose to really participate in this or let it go. And I always recommend to let that kind of noise go. There might be a little bit of conflict going around, you know, in your home or around you, but definitely not anything that you need to really concern about or really invest a whole lot of time in. Now, things that you're not really seeing here is that you're tired. There's a part of you that just wants to quit pursuing something here in the relationship. But with the Wheel of Fortune card here, it tells me that, no, you shouldn't give up. You shouldn't give up because even though you're tired, it's not something that you want to give up. You don't want to give up on this individual. You don't want to give up on your goals, whatever it is that you're mastering, whether it's, you know, improving the quality of your relationship, you know, the work that this person is putting to stabilize the relationship. Don't give up on it. Right? Because you do have the Wheel of Fortune that's telling me that you are moving forward. So if you are planning on elevating this relationship, kind of moving it to a higher level or a higher level of commitment, like an engagement or something like that, or going exclusive, it's coming your way. And that's represented by the 2 of Wands here. Now, the overall attitude that you're coming in with is there's been despair. So perhaps you might have had some words, and that might have been this situation here with the fighting. And, you know, if you were involved, obviously, in a conflict at home or between the 2 of you, you know, you're coming in with a lot of hurt and despair. But know that the 10 of Swords here means that it's over. right? It's over. It's time for you to move on. I like the Wheel of Fortune here because it's giving me the feeling that things are changing and they're working in your favor, but you have to let go. You have to let go of the past hurts. If there were words that were used that were really hurtful and cutting, you got to let that go. Otherwise, the Wheel of Fortune doesn't necessarily work in your favor if you continue to stay in this state of despair right here. Okay, I'm sorry that that's kind of out of focus or out of the screen there. Okay, now here we go. Let's go here. You're choosing to walk away from something, right? And now when I see the 8 of Cups, this requires some introspection. This isn't just kind of a willy-nilly, oh, I want to drop it and I want to walk away. No, this is something, to me, this is someone who has really taken the time to look at everything that's around them and seeing that, like, you know, certain things serve me, certain things don't serve me. And I believe truly that you've had a chance to really get an overall look at the relationship, the condition of the relationship, and you're choosing what it is that you want to let go of, right? And again, and maybe this has to do with your hurt. Or if you're holding a grudge, for example, you're choosing to leave that behind because you know that that's not serving you. You are consumed by a whole lot of worry and anxiety, and it's keeping you up at night. And again, you've got your 9 of Swords, you've got your 10 of Swords. I mean, you're at the end here. You can't cry anymore. You can't hurt anymore. It's over. You have to let go. You have to choose to walk away. Overall outcome here for the month of July, you know, for you, I see here a lot of love, right? The person you are with is going to offer love to the relationship. This is romance. This is everything that you have wanted, right? The romance, the connection, the heartfelt connection that you have with this person. That's what you've been working towards, and that's what's coming your way for the month of July. I do want to clarify this 5 of Wands card up here at the top. The thing that you've been dealing with or have just recently dealt with. What's that about? Yeah, so what's happening here is one of you is really, it's probably you are really worried about stability in the relationship, right? And this might have to do with finance. And because of that stability, here you're focused so much on work that you're not necessarily looking up and giving time into the relationship. And you feel as though if you stop working, then there's a loss. And what's causing that obstruction or obstacle is the fact that your relationship needs love and care. This individual you are with is feeling alone. They are feeling as though you're not giving them the attention that they want, right? And they don't, you know, that's going to get in the way of you moving the relationship up another level, expanding, right? Now, I know that you're tired, right? Because you work a lot and you're working so much. But don't give up. Let's go ahead and clarify that. I want to clarify the 9 of Wands here in your subconscious. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles again. So you have Pentacles here, 1, 2, and 3. And truly, you want stability. You want to offer a long-term commitment to creating stability for your relationship, Aries. And obviously, you're going to have to find a way to communicate this to your partner, because what's happening is they're feeling a sense of loss and insecurity because you are really buried in work and you're really focused on money and stability to the point where they're feeling left out and they're feeling a sense of insecurity. All right, let's see here. Let's clarify the 10 of Swords here. Yeah, again, with the King of Pentacles, you're really worried. You want to have stability. You want to have stability in this relationship, the future. And you're looking at it, you're being told here that you need to find another way of communicating, of thinking outside the box, basically. A new way of seeing things, perhaps seeing it through their eyes, and seeing that, you know, maybe you do need to look up once in a while. Maybe you do need to, you know, divert your attention and give a little bit more attention to this relationship, right? Now, let's clarify the 8 of Cups. What are you walking away from? What are you walking away from? All right. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands in this situation. So here's the thing. The Queen of Wands is the doer. She is the one that is involved in everything. She's the one that is, you know, the soccer mom or dad, plus she's at the PTA, plus she does yoga, plus she teaches aerobics, plus she walks dogs and volunteers at the hospital, you know, that kind of person. And I think what you're trying to do here when you're walking away is that you're giving up some of those irons that are in the fire. I think that's what you're doing, Aries. You're realizing that in order for you to meet the needs of this individual here, you know that you're going to have to give something up, right? You know that there's just too much that you're consumed with, that you're starting to really, you know, get exhausted. You don't have enough energy left to give to this relationship because you work too much. You have your attention into too many things, right? So I think you're making that wise decision to give something up in lieu of, you know, giving more attention to the relationship. Clarifying the Knight of Cups. Yeah, you're going to realize, you're going to have some clarity here. And you're going to realize exactly what it is that you need to focus on in this relationship. Any shortcomings, anything that needs to be cut out, right, and left behind. You're going to have some clarity, some answers, and you're going to attack this from a logical standpoint, right? Though you want love, you want to bring love to your spouse or your significant other, you're also going to be very logical about the needs and wants of this individual and what you can contribute to this relationship. I think that you are going to find a way, you're going to have to anyways, find a way to communicate with this individual. Use your intuition and figure out what it is that you need to remove from the relationship that's not really serving it. But you're also going to need to find a way to communicate with this person. Now you have to be careful because the Queen of Swords here is very sharp-tongued. You know, watch the way you're speaking to this individual because you may hurt their feelings and that would create more of a problem for you. Okay, Aries? So yeah, you look at the bottom card here, you've got the Lovers. So clearly there's a connection here between the two of you and you're willing to fight for it. So let's look at the first week here of July. We've got the Page of Pentacles, and the card here, the Animal Spirit card here, is the Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. So the first week of July, yeah, you're bringing something to this individual, maybe, you know, a new opportunity, a new beginning, making a new promise to this individual that you are committed to this relationship and that there is love in your intentions, love in your heart. Now in the second week of July here, the spirit animal is the cat spirit. Claim your independence. I think you're going to be setting some boundaries and you're going to be able to communicate clearly to this person that, look, I'm devoted to my work because I want to provide stability for our relationship, right? I think that's something that you're, yeah, here you go again. Claim your independence. So I think that you need to find balance. You've got the Four of Pentacles there. Four of Pentacles is really, really, I mean, look at how tightly he's holding on to those pentacles. I think that you need to release yourself from so much from such a tight grip on your need to have financial stability. Don't let the money rule you, right? I think you're going to claim that independence and let go a little bit so that you can devote time to this individual here, right? Okay, third week here. You will get the stability there that you need or want. Okay, Aries, now you've got the Starfish Spirit here on the third week. Open to infinite possibility. Yeah, so you're allowing yourself really to plan, to see yourself expand, to expand this relationship so that you can have a stronger commitment and stability in this relationship, which is what this individual wants, is more of a commitment from you. And it looks like that's going to be the overall energy for the third week. Now for the fourth week here, let's take a look. You've got the Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Yeah, you're going to have to be using your intuition, that inner voice. Don't just go, you know, using harsh words and not thinking things through. Make sure that you're really getting in touch with your higher self when you're approaching things, you know, any situation with your person, because you don't, if you're not coming from your highest self, you're going to end up in conflict. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Cups. What was I saying? The Queen of Cups, you need to approach things from your heart, right? The Queen of Cups pours her love into the relationship, pours her love into anything that she is passionate about. And here, let your spirit be your guide. And that tells me that you do have to kind of search within. The Queen of Cups is incredibly intuitive, and you're going to have to let yourself kind of dig deep and reach your higher self in order to really improve and pour love into this relationship, because this person that you're dealing with really feels a sense of loss here. So on the last week here, the overall energy and message, Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Yeah, so you have to trust instead of holding on so tight and only focusing on, you know, monetary gains and work. Know that the universe will provide, right? You're putting the work in. You're a hard worker. You don't quit. Obviously, right there, you're not a quitter, right? But look, the abundance the abundant universe will provide. You are feeling a sense of being trapped. But the message here to you, Aries, is that you have to trust. You have to trust that the universe has your back and will provide that stability. Don't hold on too tight. Don't be a prisoner of your work. Don't be a prisoner of this idea of needing to have financial or material stability. Okay, Aries, so that is the overall message for you for the month of July with regards to your love life, the current relationship that you're in. I hope you got something out of this. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hello there, Taurus. Welcome to your July love reading. What I'm going to do is separate, since there's about 5 weeks in July, I'm going to break down each week just with a general overall theme from these oracle cards, these spirit cards, and then also give you a general theme for the week, or for the entire month. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we're going to pull 5 cards here representing each of the weeks. Now, the first and last week are partial weeks, so, but I'll pull them anyways just because you want to be thorough, right? Okay. Okay, now let's pull the cards for the general read here. All right, bottom of the deck here, King of Wands. So the energy here of the King of Wands is someone who is a leader, right? Someone who is incredibly charming, incredibly wise, and you know, kind of just like the visionary, right? The CEO. This is the get up and go King of Wands. Very charismatic, very, you know, magnetic personality. Okay, so the overall energy for the month of July here for you is Knight of Cups. Lots of love, lots of romance for you this month. And what's obstructing this or challenging this is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is incredibly honest, right? The Knight of Cups leads with his heart, right? He loves to be in love. He loves the romance. He loves the charm, all of that. However, the Queen of Swords is all in her head, right? Head above the heart. Very logical. The obstacle here is that sometimes she's a little bit too honest to the point of being too direct and hurtful with her words. So you may run into that challenge there, Taurus. Okay? Now, what's going on here with what's the recent past is something has occurred to really cause a little bit of anxiety here, something that's keeping you up at night. Know that you are in your head with this and that you're kind of in this feedback loop where you're just really mulling something over, and it's a lot of wasted energy for you, Taurus. Okay? You're going to have to make a decision here, because that's what you're spinning in your head about, is that you don't know which way to go. But know that here by the end of the month you're going to have to come to some decision, whatever that may be. There's something here about the relationship that's really in your head, and you're going to need to make a decision here. Top of the deck here, yeah, lots of love. There's so much love here. But the thing is the King of Cups, you know, it's very controlled love. This is very approachable. This is all about the good feelings, right? So you've got the Knight of Cups, King of Cups. There's a lot of romance going on between you and your individual, but you're really something that's occurred recently in the past has really got you thinking too much, and your heart is broken. Something from the past, recent past, has broken your heart, has hurt your feelings, and what's happening is you're in your head about it. Now, I have a feeling that you're the sensitive one, right? And you're charming and you're romancing your person, but this person doesn't get it, is not as receptive to it, kind of a little bit on the harder side. And it's kind of hurting your feelings, right? And you're questioning their devotion, their commitment to this relationship, right? Because this is all in your mind, and so is this, right? There's a lesson for you to learn here, right? You can have your heart broken and it can hurt, but there's also an underlying meaning here that you need to find the lesson in this thing that gave you the heartbreak, right? There's a lot of passion here, right? The King of Wands is a very passionate person. There's a lot of passion and love between the two of you here. All right? Your attitude here is you'd like a new beginning. You'd like to be offered, you know, a new beginning, a new start. Yeah, look at that Ace of Cups. You want love, right? You have so much love in you, but your heart's been broken, and you may have a new opportunity to get new love in your life, especially if this situation has it so that, you know, you're breaking up with this person, or you're leaving, or you're putting your foot down. There is love around you and an opportunity to have new love. But the problem is you're worried about lies and deceit and trickery, And perhaps you've discovered something here, and that's what's broken your heart. What's happening here is because you've been in your head here, lots of sleepless nights, you're going to pull away. You're going to choose to pull away a little bit and really rest. And almost get within yourself and really just channel your higher self, your inner spirit here, you know, and really trust your intuition, to pray, to meditate, because you're trying to sort things out. You're having a hard time making a decision. And the only way that you can make the right decision is to channel and to tune into your deeper, your higher self, so that you can pray and you can ask for guidance. Okay? So let's go ahead and clarify some cards here. Now with the 9 of Swords here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is all about comfort, right? Comfort and material things. There's something here that you're worried about. You're worried about this person giving you the love that you need, that stability that you need and want. You're very uncomfortable in this situation. Here you got another 2 of Pentacles. You don't know how to juggle things. You don't know how to create balance in this relationship. And it's obviously hurting you, right? Yeah, the Empress, this is the creator. You want to be able to create something with this relationship that you feel is broken. Know that you have the power within you. That's the Empress's power. She does not chase. She creates, and she's able to create the most glorious things because she has that power of intuition. Right here, you need your intuition to come up with a decision. You're trying to make a decision. You've got 2 2s right here. This is about making choices. And you don't know how to move forward in this situation so you can create what you want, the relationship that you want. Yeah, you see this is going to end. You're going to come to an end here, to the point where you're going to have the answers that you need in order to you know, make the right choice, whether to progress this relationship or not, or move on and believe that you have something better on the other side. I want to clarify this 9 of Swords there, or I'm sorry, the 7 of Swords. I want to know if there's trickery going on here. Yeah, you're moving away because you found something out, right? You're worried about being tricked, being deceived, being lied to, and you're moving away. I think that's what you're doing, and you're trying to find a way to do it gracefully. Yeah, and something new is coming your way. Okay, Taurus, something new is coming your way. Bottom of the deck, balance. Right? You're too much in your head. You need to kind of temper that, slow things down a little bit, take a pause, and really draw within yourself, right? And look at what's underneath. Once you take that time to balance things out in your life, you're going to know exactly what to leave behind. I have a feeling you want to leave because you have these new opportunities, new love possible, right? I think that you're so hurt. You do want to try. You want to create something with this person, but I think you know that there's the possibility there of something new. All right, let's look at the first week of July here. Look at that. 3 of Swords. You're heartbroken right now. Let Spirit be your guide. Yeah, get within yourself here. Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Take a pause, right? Use your intuition. Let Spirit be your guide this first week because you're hurting. Okay? Second week here, Spirit has a plan, right? Again, we're trusting our intuition here. Right? We're praying to our higher self, to Source, and we're asking. But you need to trust that Spirit has a plan. And again, that lends itself to this Temperance card here, because this is you trusting that Spirit has a plan, that the angels are working behind the scenes to give you perhaps this new opportunity for new love, this new opportunity for stability, right? To come to some decision that's most beneficial for you so that you can have completion, you can have the answers that you want. All right, third week here of July, we've got Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. To me, watch what you're thinking, because whatever you're thinking is true. If you think negatively, well, that's true, right? You think positively, that's true. And so you're going to attract those things. Now, here we've got the 8 of Wands here. Now, this is a lot of energy, a lot of focused energy, but this can also mean that you're going to get a message. So look for that in the third week. You may receive a message, or you may receive, you know, like fast-moving energy. Things are going to come to fruition, whatever it is. I forgot to say here, the Knight of Pentacles is, you know, is a very slow-moving knight. This person has a plan. This person doesn't just, you know, make hasty decisions, but know that by the third week, everything's going to be happening, and you're going to end up moving a little bit faster here. You're going to be called on to move a little bit faster. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. And yeah, magician, the magician is very powerful. You can create, what this is saying is by the 4th week here, know that you're going to have the answers that you need so that you are able to create what you want. You can make what you want out of all of this. So if you want to stay in this relationship and have it be harmonious, you have the power to do that because you're the magician. But see here, look at what the magician is pointing to. The magician is pointing to the 4 of Swords, which again, I had said to you that you need to take the time to pray, to meditate, to get in touch with your higher self. But you can only use the powers of the magician when you believe and understand that you have all the tools within you to create what you want out of this relationship, this situation here. Okay, and let's go with the last week here. Last week, dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. But I think this also says that you need to be loyal to yourself because you need to love yourself. Don't be in a situation where, you know, you've got the Queen of Cups. I thought I saw the Queen of Cups. But either way, it doesn't matter. King of Cups. This is all about just pouring so much energy into the situation, right? And to the point, you don't want to neglect yourself. Here, with in that last week, you've got be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to yourself. Know the truth. If someone is showing you lies and deceit, you know what to do. You know exactly what to do. So be aware of that, right? It's about being loyal to you, your authentic self, your higher self. So don't forget, don't neglect yourself, okay? All right, Taurus, that is it for the month of July. That's a nice overview of the different weeks of July. So thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Gemini. How are you today? This is your July love reading. Now what I'm going to do is do a general read at first, followed by pulling 5 different cards here that represent each of the weeks in July. Now the first and last weeks of July are partial weeks, but I'm going to pull for them anyways. And what these are spirit guide animal oracle cards. It's just going to kind of help guide us, give us some messages for each of the weeks of July. And I'll pull 1 tarot card for the overall theme of that week. Okay? All right, now let's get started with the general reading here. Shuffle the cards a little bit here. All right. All right, bottom of the deck here, we've got King of Wands. So the King of Wands is the master of that suit. The suit of Wands is fire. It's all about passion, motivation, that sort of thing. And so the King of Wands is all about that energy, right? Very passionate, very much a doer. You know, he's the guy, he's the cool guy that everybody looks at. You know, that he walks into the room and everybody takes a look, right? Everybody is always wanting to know what is the King of Wands up to. That kind of person, right? So that's the overall energy, is just lots of movement, lots of action. All right, so for you, Gemini, this month is all about new love, right? This is some serious love. I mean, you see that cup runneth over because there is so much love around you. Any obstacles that are getting in the way is the Magician. It's you know, taking control and making this, turning this love, this new opportunity for love, and using that to your advantage, like creating the kind of love that you want, right? And so here we've got, as far as the top of the card here, Queen of Wands to King of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the doer, right? She's also very much full of passion. Now, if you are this person, you know, or your partner is this person, that's a lot of passion between the two of you. You've got the King and the Queen of Wands here. That's a lot of movement, lots of passion. You guys, you know, a lot of fire between the two of you, okay? Now, what's going on here is there's a little bit of hurt, right? There's a little bit of despair and sadness here in your world there. And so the issue here, oh my gosh, we've got a card that's going off here, and I think that you're supposed to be paying attention to that, because here in your subconscious you're dealing with that despair, and you know, you're gonna have to let that go, because this is the 10 of Swords. This is the worst it'll ever get, and you're gonna need to move on from this. Whatever it is that you're holding on deep inside that's really keeping you from progressing, right, from making something out of this passion, this love that you have together, this is what's holding you back, right? You have to allow the Magician to do his magic and create, right, the most ideal situation for both of you, but you got to let go of this hurt, this despair. You're gonna have to, you know, work through that, because it's definitely holding you back. You've got here the Empress. Wow, another great card. This is the card of creation, abundance. The Empress card is all about manifesting. And again, we've got the Magician here. You have the opportunity to create the most glorious relationship here. You have so much love. And here you've got the Empress, you know, showering you with her energy of love, creation, reproduction. I mean, she's a manifester, right? Very powerful energy. And then you've got the Queen of Swords, right? This is about honesty. I think at some point here in the month, you guys are going to have to come together and you know, meeting of the minds, but you do have to be careful with your words, right? Because the Queen of Swords is very, very honest and very direct at times, and so sometimes her words can be a little bit cutting. But by the end of the month here, you're going to come to some sort of understanding. There's going to be a little bit of honesty here, but just be sure that you are using and choosing the right words, because you don't want to hurt this relationship. You don't want to hurt each other, especially since both of you here, I mean, you know, you're both coming in here with such passion. You don't want to clash and ruin what you have. Okay, your attitude towards, look at that, your attitude towards this relationship is the Lover's card. Wow, you really see a huge commitment to this person, to this relationship. I mean, you have the Lover's card, and then you have the Ace of Cups. I mean, this is fantastic for you. This is so great for the overall energy here, for the love that you have between the two of you. The High Priestess, lots of mystery, right? The High Priestess is about the things that we don't know, the deeper meanings to things, our intuition. But this is about mystery. So there's something here that's not come to surface, and by the end here, you're gonna get some honesty. You're gonna get some clarity for whatever it is that, you know, is a little bit hidden that you're not seeing. The issue here is you also have a lot of choices, right? You're indecisive. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to progress this relationship. Because again, this is love. This is like soulmate material here, and but you're kind of in your head. You don't know how to go past this, get past this, and you're just in your head. You need to get out of your head. Yes, there's lots of choices there, but really, I mean, you've got the makings here for a really incredible relationship. Look at that, the World card. This is the completion. That's the outcome. This person you are with, like I said, is soulmate material. Don't start thinking. If you're the King of Wands here, you know, don't be a player. Don't start thinking that there's other options out there for you. Look at how blessed this union is. This is the completion. This person is completing this cycle for you. So much love here, and you have the power to create whatever you want here, and you're going to have to, you know, really take advantage of it. So, all right, let's do, let's clarify something here. I want to clarify this 10 of Wands here. Something tells me we should clarify that. Yeah, justice. So again, you're dealing with a past hurt that you're really hanging on to. And when you get the Justice card here, this is about you trusting that there's a higher source out there that's going to balance things out for you. Whatever it is that was wrong that happened to you, it will be made right. That is the purpose here. That's the message of the Justice card, is that things will become balanced, right? Karma is at play here. So whoever has hurt you, and whatever hurt you have, trust that the universe will balance things out and karma will be at play. Okay? I want to clarify this 7 of Cups here. What are we talking about, this indecision? I want to know about that indecision. Yeah, so apparently there was conflict, right? Kind of words, bad words were used, big conflict. Now when I see the 5 of Swords, that's a conflict that was just really almost cutthroat, you know, like it's winning without worrying about any collateral damage, winning at all costs. So here you're really indecisive, right? Something here, obviously, this conflict has hurt you, and you're indecisive as to whether or not you want to give in, right? Whether or not you want to give in and forgive, perhaps, or you want to commit to this relationship because there's a part of you that kind of feels like, well, but I have options, right? No, know that this is a very blessed union. It is ultimately, obviously, up to you, you know, what you're going to do, Gemini, but part of being a Gemini is that indecisiveness, right? And you've got the Hierophant at the bottom. This is about wisdom. It's your search for wisdom. It's for structure, right? Traditions, right? So that's what you guys are working on. So let's look at the first week of July here, overall theme and message. You've got the Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Look at the card that goes with it. Major Arcana card of the Wheel of Fortune. Change is happening, and for the better. Look how beautiful that artwork is. Beautiful butterfly spirit transformation is beautiful. Yes, embrace change. Okay, Gemini, things are changing whether you like it or not. That's what that means. And you do have some heartbreak here. Second week, you're going to have to confront this heartbreak, this thing that's causing you such despair and heartache. Claim your independence, cat spirit. Release yourself from this hurt. Release yourself from this despair. That's what's going to happen. That's your theme for the second week of July. You need to release yourself from this heartbreak, right? Find a lesson and move on, because look at what's waiting for you. Don't dwell on it. Third week, vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. Again, it's all about the lessons that we're supposed to learn, right? You may have had some time lost with this person because you were fighting, but know that, you're going to gain knowledge there. Now here we've got the Seven of Swords. This can signify a couple of things. One, it could be trickery, right? Lies, deceit, trickery. Or it could just be about strategizing. You thinking of another way of dealing with something, right? And I keep looking here at the Five of Swords. I think that this is what this is trying to tell you is that next time you fight, find another way of communicating. Don't be so cutthroat. Don't be, don't fight at all costs, winning at all costs. It's not about that, right? When you love somebody, there's compromise, there's give and take, there's communication. Don't let communication break down between the two of you. Fourth week here, we've got cow spirit. The miracles are endless. Yeah, here you're perseverating. You're in your head and you're spinning it and you're thinking and being anxious about things and worrying. You've got Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. You've got to let go. You have got to let go. You have got to let go because you need to make a decision here, because you're wasting these opportunities for love, right? The miracles are endless. You will find the answers. Just trust. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that you are going to be able to create the relationship that you want, that you have the energy and the spirit of the Empress and the Magician. Those are very powerful cards of creation and manifestation. Last week here, you've got Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life. So that speaks to me as communication, right? And you're going to come together and work and celebrate in unity. And you're going to talk things over, and you're going to know how to communicate, but not in a destructive, hurtful way. You're going to learn to show love and celebrate love. Communicate. Don't forget your friends too. This is the friendship card. Don't forget to spend some time outside the relationship and pay attention to your friends. Okay, reach out to your friends. Okay, Gemini, that's it for the July love reading. Best wishes to you. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to your July love reading. We're going to do things a little bit different today. We're going to do first a general reading, and then I'm going to pull cards for each of the weeks in July. Now, the first and last weeks are going to be partial weeks, but I'll pull for them anyways, just to be fair to all the weeks. And each of these cards are spirit animals that's going to give us a message that we need to focus on for those weeks. So we've got the fourth week here and the last week, the fifth week. Okay, and then let's pull a tarot card for each of those weeks. I did pre-shuffle these, so don't worry. There is randomness there. All right, so let's get started with your tarot cards here. So hopefully you are doing well and that June has been really good to you and there's no issues. Let's get started here with your overall energy, past, present, future. Move this here and there. And overall energy, Page of Cups. Great. So you have a new beginning here for love. You have the opportunity to start something new, something that's very heart based and just really something that you're going to fall in love is what I'm trying to say. You're going to fall in love this month, and you have that opportunity to start that. All right, so do with it what you would like, but that's a great card to have. All right, so you've got wish fulfillment here. The Star card is also about hope and healing. So whatever's gone on in your past, obviously you're healing from it. But also, if you've been wishing for love, you got it, right? You've got the opportunity here for new beginnings. The thing, though, here that's kind of a challenge for you is that you're too much in your head. You're overthinking something. You're really worried about something. And I have a feeling that this is a past relationship maybe that you've had, or maybe some conditioning that you've had, like a conditioning type of thinking and feeling that you're thinking of ways that this whole relationship can go wrong and go sideways because of previous relationships that you've had that have gone sideways. Know that you have healing here, right? You have the opportunity to heal. Just kind of get out of your head. Don't overthink things. Okay? So in the past here, you know, between the two of you, this new love you have, something really new and inspiring and full of passion has started here. And it's giving you the opportunity here to develop into something loving. In the future here, you've got the Emperor. You're going to take charge in this relationship, and you're going to be able to really define how this relationship will go, right? Because you're going to either choose to heal from your past and let go of your worries, or you're going to stay here and you're going to spin it, and then you're going to miss out on all these opportunities. But here it's telling me that you need to be the boss of this situation and take control, because whoever's coming your way or is already in your life wants to be there. But if you don't take control of this thinking, you're never going to heal, and you're going to miss out on all these things that are waiting for you. Yeah, look what's on top here, the Devil card. This is the sabotage, the self-sabotage card, Cancer. Don't sabotage this relationship for yourself by negative thinking, fear, worry, anxiety, negative self-talk, right? That's what's hurting you. Don't let your shadow self take control over this and blanket it and ruin it for you. You need to find the inner strength, that courage within you to let go of these past hurts and worries so that you can heal and allow all of this greatness into your life. Here's your attitude. Yeah, you need to change. You need to transform. You have no choice, because you can't continue to live like this, because you're ruining it all for yourself. You're sabotaging yourself. So you have a choice here. You need to transform. Whether you like it or not, universe is going to make you transform. You can do it the easy way or the hard way, right? Universe is telling you it's going to happen. Look at that. You're full of sorrow and grief and heartache. You need to let go of it. What is the lesson that you are being taught from the past? It goes hand in hand with this thing that you're worried about. So whatever happened in the past, let it go, right? Remember what I was saying at the very beginning here of this reading. I was saying that you were hanging on to something in the past that's kind of conditioned your thinking and your behavior, and that you got to let go of that heartache. It's not serving you. You want stability. You want a stable relationship, and you're really afraid you're not going to get it. That's what you want, is stability, but it's there for you. You're just not taking it. And here, the outcome, the truth, you're going to end up being confronted with the truth, right? And it may hurt, because once you realize that you need to get over this hurt and this worry, it's almost like it's going to come crashing down on you, and you're going to get some words, and there's going to be something that's harsh, that's going to hurt a little bit. Somebody's going to come along and tell you, look, snap out of it. And it's not necessarily going to be communication in the style that you like. It might be a little bit harsh. So again, Cancer, you have the choice here to transform and let go and allow yourself to heal, or the universe is coming after you, and then you're going to be forced. And again, you can look at this logically, or it could be something that's very cutting and painful, right? Draw on your inner strength to get you through this, to allow yourself to transform. Okay, so let's clarify a couple of things. I want to clarify the Nine of Swords here. I don't know why, but I keep looking at that. Yeah, it's because something was hidden from you, right? And nothing, whatever it was that was hidden from you, you soon found out what that was, and it crushed you and it broke your heart. So maybe it was infidelity, maybe it was lying, whatever, but that's what happened, is that you were believing one way, and then all of a sudden you realized that that's not so. Not everything was as it seemed, and you felt fooled, right? And so now you're carrying this into this relationship, and that's not right. That's not fair to the person, and that's not fair to you, right? Because whoever did you wrong in the past, I bet you they're living their lives and they're not worried about you with a single bit. So time for you to move on. I wanted to clarify that. Yeah, Three of Swords there. Here you are, you're evaluating, and you're taking time, and you're just looking at this situation, and you're thinking, should I stay, should I go? And I have a feeling you're thinking of it in the worst possible ways. The devil inside you is forcing you to find the negative in this situation. And here you are feeling like you don't deserve it, but you do, right? You do, Cancer. You deserve to have happiness. You deserve to have this passion that's being offered to you, right? You can't stay here. You can't stay in that state of negativity and heartbreak and depression. You need to take control. All right, Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're pining away. You're focused on that one thing that's causing this problem here. Instead of working at this relationship, your focus is elsewhere. Yeah, you're going to get a message here, and you're going to get you're going to get a message here to almost just snap you out of it. Okay? All right, let's look at the first week. What's the spirit animal for the first week? Be spirit. Sweet results await, right? First week, you've got something here that's brewing for you, but you got to let yourself experience it. Look at that. Someone is giving you something. This is a card of reciprocity. This is someone that's wanting to shower you with abundance. Take it. Take the offering. Someone wants to give you something. Take it, right? They want to give you love and passion. Take it. Sandpiper spirit, be playful. That's your theme for the second week, which is the first full week of July. Yeah, be playful. Don't get involved in this conflict. Now, 5 of Swords, it's all about fighting and winning at all costs. This card is telling you, don't go there. Be playful. Be your higher self. All right? Channel your higher self. Don't get involved in this conflict. It's a waste of your time. Right? It's only going to trigger you and cause you to do this negative self-talk and self-sabotage. Third week, Eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. Look at what Spirit has for you. The 9 of Cups, which is satisfaction, fulfillment. Right? Again, if you allow this new energy to come in, this is what you have, because Spirit has your back. Wish fulfillment. Fourth week, you've got Cat spirit. Claim your independence. Release yourself from these burdens. Celebrate. Celebrate with friends. Be surrounded by people who support you and love you. Last week of July, this is the partial week, Dolphin spirit. This and that are true. It can't get any more powerful than that. If you stay in your head and believe that everything is terrible and everything that you don't deserve love, guess what? That's true. If you believe you can get yourself out of this bed in this moment of overthinking and despair, guess what? That's true too. So these are the themes that you're being asked to kind of focus on for the week of all the weeks in July. All right, Cancer, good luck to you. I hope July is a better month for you. Release yourself from this self-sabotage here. You've got a lot of love and passion. That's new opportunity, new inspiration coming your way. You have wish fulfillment here and wish fulfillment there, healing. You just got to allow yourself to experience that. Draw on your inner courage, your fortitude, and you'll get to that, to your goals. Okay, Cancer, thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Leo. Welcome to your July love reading. All right, I'm going to pull 5 cards that represent each of the weeks in July, and these will serve as kind of guides, themes that, you know, maybe you should focus on for the weeks in July. Now, the first and last weeks are partial weeks, but I'm pulling for them anyways. And then I'll also pull here 1 tarot card, kind of for the theme of the week that you should focus on. All right, let's get started with your general reading here. Here we go. All right. Let's move these guys over here a little more. All right, bottom of the deck here, you've got King of Cups. Lots of love here. The King of Cups energy is that of someone who is very charming, loving, very wise, very easy to give their love, right? But not as outpouring as like the Queen of Cups. They're both very nurturing energies, except for the King of Cups has a lot of history behind him, and so he doesn't necessarily just give and give and give to the point of depletion like the Queen of Cups. But there is definitely lots of love here present for the month of July for you. Here you've got the Fool card. You're ready for a new beginning, right? This month of July, Leo, you are basically, your overarching theme here is you are ready to take a risk, right? Take the next step, take that leap. All right, and the thing here that is kind of an obstacle here is this new opportunity, this new inspiration. I think there's part of you that's kind of hesitating, taking on this new inspiration, this new energy that's coming around your way. You're ready to take that leap, but some part of you is questioning it. Let's look at your recent past. Yeah, so new love came in your way here. So much love, outpouring. It's almost like you're thinking, is it too good to be true? There's lots of passion here. And there's a part of you that's really keeping you from really taking that leap and letting yourself receive and give that love. You know, reciprocate the love. Let's look at your near future. Yeah, you've got the King of Pentacles here, which is a very dependable king, right? This is a very stable king. Someone that's very hardworking. Somebody that this is the person you go for advice. This is a very stable energy for you. This is what's coming your way. New love, stability. That's what you're getting, Leo. You're in your head this month. you're worried about something, and you're very pensive, and you're really thinking things, and you're mulling it over and over in your head. And that's what I'm talking about, this hesitation, right? You want to take that leap. The energy and the push is there for you to take this leap, but you're really in your head about it, and you're hesitating, and you don't want to accept that new opportunity that's coming your way. You might even be shunning this person. Yeah, there's a part of this here that's not very clear for you, right? You're having feelings that are not exactly, kind of in line, right? There's a part of you that's questioning because you're doubting. Maybe you're thinking, is it too good to be true? Do I really deserve this? Do I really deserve this kind of love? Do I really deserve this kind of passion? Is that what you're mulling over in your head? I don't know. I think everyone deserves love, and I think that there's a part of you that is in denial, that's questioning everything. I mean, sure, you can be careful, but never deny yourself love, okay, Leo? Now, here's your overall energy. Yeah, you want balance. You want the truth to come out. So clearly there's something here, your instincts, your intuition is telling me that there's something that's gone on. Or, more than likely, there's something that's gone on in your past that's conditioned you to really overthink and doubt and worry. Know that karma is at play here. Things will balance out in due time. You can't force whatever happened in the past that has hurt you and caused this worry. You can't make it, it's already the past is what I'm trying to say. And you just have to really trust that the universe has your back and that karma is at play. Look, you have love all around you. You've got the opportunity for new true love. Look at what's around you. 2 of Cups. The 2 of you, this person you are paired with, you're seeing each other eye to eye, and you're willing to make that this person sees you as an equal. They're willing to make a commitment to you, but there's a part of you that's really hesitating and won't accept and won't take that leap. Here you have also King of Pentacles. I told you about stability, right? Well, the Knight of Pentacles, just again, that confirms it, that this person wants to plant the seeds to create a future, something long-term with you. That's the hope there, but I don't think that you're willing to accept it. The outcome here is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is confidence. This is you're going to come out of this. I think once you allow yourself to process and let go of this situation here, you're going to come out very confident, and you're going to take that step forward. The Queen of Wands is incredibly beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. She's a doer, she's a mover, she's a shaker, right? Fire energy, which is perfect for you, Leo. You're coming out. And you're the Queen of Wands here. You're going to allow this opportunity to happen. You just have to let go. Oh, you know what? I was shuffling the wrong deck here. That's for that deck. Let's shuffle the bottom card so we can clarify the 9 of Swords. I want to clarify this 9 of Swords. What are you so stressed about? You've got the Magician here. Again, you're being told that you can create what you want. You can sit here and dwell over the past and worry yourself. Or, look at that, King of Pentacles. You can create what you want, right? You have that option. Yeah, you need to rest. Take a break from this heartache, this worry, this anxiety. Take a rest. Pray to your higher self. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition that, you deserve love. You deserve something new. You deserve to have a new beginning. Okay? All right, I want to just clarify here the Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Define that for me a little bit more. Yeah, this is you getting over this hurt, right? You have been conditioned from the past. You have this hurt that you're going to have to let go of in order for you to transform into this Queen of Wands, which is incredibly just magnetic and loving and intuitive and just attractive. If you want to get here, you need to give this up. You need to let go, right? Oh, I pulled 2 cards. Yeah, there's mystery here. You need to trust your intuition. This is what's coming for you, right? You can have love. You can have the relationship, that stable relationship that you want. You just have to let yourself have it and believe that you deserve it. Believe that you can have it. Yeah, Queen of Swords. The truth is coming out. You're going to have to confront this at some point. All right. Yeah, look at what's underneath. Tower moment. Look at what's underneath the Tower moment. Wow. You're going to have to deal with this. You can either, and with the Tower moment, you can either deal with it on your own in the most graceful way, or the universe is going to force you to deal with it, right? All right, first week, we've got the Skunk Spirit, know your worth. What was I just saying? Know your worth. right? The Queen of Wands knows her worth. She's sovereign. No one can tell her what to do. She has the ultimate confidence. She knows what she wants. She does what she wants. She knows her worth. Look at your first week here. Know your worth. King of Wands. King of Wands also knows his worth. That's why he is so magnanimous and magnetic personality. I mean, just a visionary, a leader, right? He wouldn't be the King of Wands if he didn't know his worth. Dog Spirit, second week. Be loyal to what you love. The Devil card is all about our shadow self. The devil is what makes you dwell in this horrible loop of thinking. This is negative self-talk, fear, anxiety, right? This is what's keeping you in this state of despair, is the Devil card. By this card talking about being loyal to what you love, love yourself, right? Love yourself as well. Release yourself from this bondage of self-sabotage. You don't deserve that. You deserve love. Okay, Leo, next week, the third week here, we've got Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Look at this. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Oh my goodness, Leo. The Fool card, and then the message that you get for the week, take a leap of faith. Oh my goodness. Pay attention, Leo. Next is Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Yeah, and with the Four of Swords here, this is a time for you to rest, really, and to pray and to meditate and to give gratitude for all of the lessons that you have learned from this point of despair and heartache. Learn from your entire past so that you can reach your higher self and you can take that leap of faith. Okay, you need some time. You need to rest and break away from this negative self-talk, negative thinking. Wolf Spirit for the last week. This is your theme. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Right? Now you know what's causing this despair. Learn from it. Oh my God. You can't make this up. You've got the Nine of Swords again. Turn knowledge into wisdom. You know what got you here. You know, you're logical enough to know the truth. Use the wisdom. Find the lessons in your period of despair, and everything will work out in your favor. Okay, Leo, thank you so much for being here. I wish you well for this month. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Virgo. How are you today? This is your July reading, your love reading. Here we go. Now I'm going to put out 5 spirit animal cards here to kind of help guide, give us a theme for each of the week of July. I'm putting out 5 cards for the 5 weeks, even though the first and last months are partial weeks. Okay? And 1 tarot card, again, an area of focus, a message just for you. Okay, Virgo? All right, let's get started with our general love reading for the month of July for Virgo. Here we go. Overall energy here, oh boy, a little bit of despair, sadness, grief. Okay, something's gone on to make you feel this way, Virgo. What's going on? All right. You're dealing with the Emperor energy here. Are you dealing with somebody that's very authoritative, bossy? Or are you the bossy one? Yeah, King of Pentacles. So that's two energies that are really, really powerful. Are you guys butting heads? If you're coming in as the Emperor and what's the obstacle and challenge is the King of Pentacles, that's a lot of energy that might be clashing, right? The King of Pentacles is about abundance and stability, right? And so is the Emperor, but you can't have two bossy, strong energies. You clash. Let's look at your past here. Justice. So something's happened here and you're looking for balance. There's probably an argument between the two of you. Trust that karma is at play here. Maybe you've got some legal matters that's going on here in the recent past, but know that karma is at play and you'll get what you need. Look at that. You've got love. You're going to be able to see eye to eye with this person. Whatever clashing that happened between the two of you that's caused all this despair, you're going to be able to commit to this person and see them eye to eye on whatever challenge you may have between the two of you. Yeah, what you really want is stability here. You want to be able to lay down a good foundation for long-term relationship. There's a part of you, though, that feels that things are still hidden, that you're not quite understanding, you're not seeing things for what they are, and you're having to rely on your intuition to give you like a sign as to whether or not you're pursuing, you're allowing this person into your heart. Okay, Virgo? All right, so here we've got, yeah, you want commitment. You want something more stable. You want commitment. You want marriage or something a little bit deeper. right? You want long-term stability. Here, unfortunately, you're surrounded by a lot of worry. You're in your head a lot, and you're really just, you're so worried because you're not really understanding. Things are still mysterious and hidden from you, and you don't know how to bring them to the surface. But know that the only way for you to really kind of figure out and get a global view of everything is to really trust your intuition here, right? You can't stay here in this period or this state of grief and despair, because look, you're losing a lot of sleep. You're so anxious and fearful. You can't live in that state. You've got a lot of energy here, the Queen of Wands energy. This is the energy of independence, of sovereignty, knowing your worth, having confidence. This is what you want, right? You want confidence. You want that force, that strength to give yourself, you know, that freedom, that independence. But you want to free yourself really from this, but you just don't know how. But you got to trust your intuition. Look at the outcome. The outcome is the Fool card, which is all about taking a risk, right? Taking the next step, evolving, because this journey of worry, sadness, fear, it's over. It's over. You need to take that step forward. Okay, let's clarify a few things here. I'm going to clarify the Justice card. What's that about? What is that about? All right, Justice card, yeah. So here you've got the Nine of Pentacles. That's about luxury, wealth, right? So you two need to spend some, I mean, you guys, when you were together, you spent a lot of time together experiencing the fruits of your hard work, fruits of your hard labor, right? And you were surrounded by beautiful things, and you seem to be focused on stability. You seem to be focused on the same thing, right? Emperor is a very stable energy, very powerful energy, but also very stable. King of Pentacles is the master of that suit, stability, hard work. That's what's going on here, but I think you guys are clashing. You're butting heads a little bit because two of you are just too powerful. Yeah, you were enjoying the fruits of your hard labor, and then something happened and you clashed. Okay, let's clarify. I want to clarify this Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Virgo? Yeah, you need to make a decision. You need to let go. Right? Let go or stay in misery. You need to make a decision on how you're going to be able to go forward, because you're missing out on that opportunity. I want to clarify the Two of Cups here. Yeah, Two of Cups, stability. You've got the Three of Pentacles. That's about collaboration, working together as a team instead of as opposing sides, two controlling energies. This is telling you guys need to work together as a team so you can see eye to eye, so that you can build a future that you want and have that stability, so you can level up your relationship and take it to the next level. Okay? Hopefully that's making sense to you. All right, let's go over each of these weeks. What are the spirit animal guides here? What are they saying? Rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. Yeah, you're missing out on the opportunities because you are too much in your head. You have that victim mentality. You feel that you don't deserve anything happy for yourself. You're in your head. Look, Eight of Swords and then Nine of Swords. You need to get out of your head. You're not a victim. Okay? Now is a lucky time for you to take that leap forward and take your relationship to the next level. Second week here, the theme is let it shine. Look, joy, harmony. You have this waiting for you. You just have to let yourself shine and stop getting stuck here. So everything is pointing for you to just get out of this bed. Look at that. Nine of Cups. This is satisfaction, wish fulfillment. Think on your feet. Okay, third week, you've got Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. That goes along with the Fool card, right? That's part of the rebirth, the new journey that you're supposed to take. And look, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, again, with stability, legacy, house and home. Something very, very stable is coming your way in that fourth week, right? And you've just got to take that leap, this rebirth, this start of a new journey. And then for your last week here of July, you've got Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. Yes, you do need to trust that Spirit has your back, and there's so much love around you. You just have to accept it, right? You have this person here that wants to see you as equal, wants to be with you in a very collaborative, meaningful relationship. You just have to allow yourself to just trust Spirit. Then that Spirit has your back, and you've got great things coming your way. Okay, I want to clarify this Two of Swords here. I keep looking at it, and I do want to clarify the Fool card for you. So, yeah, new way of feeling, new opportunity, new passion. You have a choice. Accept it or don't accept it, right? You look at your choices. Stay in misery or allow this new opportunity to come into your life. I'm sorry, that was totally out of the screen there. Yeah. You're being forced to make a decision. Misery or not, right? Let's clarify the Fool card here. I mean, it doesn't need clarification, but we're going to do it anyways. Yeah. You're gonna gain clarity. You're gonna know exactly what you need to do. Now, this is a major arcana card, so again, you're either going to take that leap on your own, right? Or she's gonna come and push you off that cliff. All right, Virgo, hopefully that makes sense. That was a little graphic. Anyways, you have a lot waiting for you here. You just gotta get yourself out of this loop, this negative loop that you've got thinking, and you've got that victim mentality. The first week is a time for you to really take advantage of this and get yourself out of that. There's an opportunity there for you to grow from this, learn from the lessons. Okay, Virgo, good luck to you. I will talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Libra. Welcome to your July reading. This is your love reading. And what I'm going to do here is break down the weeks into themes here, into spirit animal guides. And this is something that's going to give you kind of a little bit of guidance for you this week. Whoop, straighten that out. So one card for each week, even though the first and the last weeks of July are partial weeks. I'll pull for them anyways. And one tarot card to serve as a guidance or a theme here to support that spirit animal card. All right, here we go with your energy, your general reading for the month of July. Here we go. Sorry about that, I tapped the camera. All right. Bottom of the deck here, yeah, 3 of Pentacles. This is asking you to be collaborative, right? Work as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? So overall energy here, yeah, 3 of Pentacles. The energy here also, another theme, is 2 of Swords. You need to make a decision here. And here you've got the 2 of Swords. The eyes are covered, the heart is crossed. What this tells me is that this individual, yes, they're going to have to make this decision because those swords are heavy. But they're going to have to rely on their intuition because they can't see. They can't see in front of them. And they've got their heart covered, crossed. Their arms are crossed over their heart. They don't want to let anything in. So they're going to have to trust their intuition, right? Because you have love here that's kind of, around you, but you don't want to accept it. So you're going to have to make a decision here whether or not you want to accept this new love that's coming your way. In the recent past here, there's been some imbalance in your life, and you've been forced to really find balance and to slow down, moderation, patience. This also tells me that you need to trust that the universe has something better for you, right? And I think that some of this indecisiveness that you're going through right here is because you don't trust. You're not trusting that there's something better for you that's being created. This energy here with the Knight of Swords is an energy of restlessness, right? And it's also the energy of truth-seeking. The Knight of Swords wants to know the truth. I think you're trying to find the truth and you can't find it because you keep looking outside of yourself instead of trusting your intuition. The problem also with the Knight of Swords is this is very impulsive energy. This is also the energy of someone who just kind of charges ahead without thinking about consequences, right? They don't care. They're going to do whatever they want to do and to heck with the consequences. So you want to be very careful with that energy, right? Because if you don't balance it, this is what you're going to get here. So you need to make sure that you slow things down a little bit. Here in the crown here, you've got love. You have the opportunity here to fall in love and be showered with love. Be immersed in the feeling of being in love. And you can create what you want, but you don't realize that. And the only thing you need to do is trust your intuition, because everything you need to create the love life that you want is within you. So this energy here, like I said, is impulsiveness. This is doing what you want without thinking about consequences. You need to find that balance so you don't end up here, and that you are more collaborative and more teamwork, more approachable, right? Because you have love coming your way here. Yeah, you're exhausted. You're carrying on too many burdens. And because of those burdens, unfortunately, you can't see what's in front of you. You need to shed some of these wands. You're burning out. Here, what's around you, what's influencing this, there's a desire here to take this relationship up a notch. And you have that opportunity for something a little bit more stable, right? You have something that's more stable, maybe leveling up, maybe getting engaged, maybe marriage. You're being given the opportunity to receive abundance. You have to be willing to take it. But in the meantime, you have to be able to reciprocate that. If someone gives you love, you give it back. If someone gives you their time, you give it back. Here, the outcome, because of the Knight of Swords and this impulsive energy, reckless energy, you have the possibility of conflict here. 5 of Swords. This is winning at all costs. Again, you've got the Knight of Swords here. This is something that you need to pay attention to, right? This doesn't, we all have free will. This doesn't have to happen. You don't have to participate in this. You need to make sure that you go back to the beginning. Balance, moderation, patience. Choose your words wisely, right? Choose your words wisely. Trust your intuition. Come from a place of love, so you don't end up with all this reckless, impulsive energy that's only, create a lot of destruction and stress. This is definitely not teamwork. This right here, this is winning at all costs. But here's your message here. Teamwork, collaborative energy, work with other people. Cow spirit, first week, the miracles are endless. Trust that the universe has something good for you. Look at this, self-sabotage. The devil card is all about self-sabotage, reckless energy, impulsivity, right? Winning at all costs. You need to shed that this first week. Otherwise, this is where you're going to end up, okay? So you need to stop the self-sabotage, the negative behavior, negative self-talk, sharp tongue, doubt. You can create what you want. You just got to stop that self-sabotage. Stag spirit, take the lead. Take the lead. Take that next step. I mean, right? That's the second week. Enough said. I don't need to say anything about that. Yeah, you're being told you need to stop what you're doing and really reassess and take that next step because you're holding yourself back. Clear out the clutter. Yeah, so whatever it is that's stressing you out, that's keeping you from taking this leap and meeting this person halfway and seeing them eye to eye and allowing love into your life, it's because you have a lot of mental clutter. You've got a lot of baggage that you need to shed. Know that this is waiting for you. You're just not allowing it to come in, right? Change your ways, balance, moderation. All right, 4th week here, we've got slow and steady wins the race. Yes, take control of your emotions. Take control of the situation. Don't be impulsive. Slow and steady wins the race. The Emperor, look, Emperor sits back and really assesses everything. He's not willy-nilly with his sword. He knows when to strike. He knows when to get up out of his throne there because he's so measured and so calm. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to go swinging your sword at everything. You don't have to challenge anything and everyone. You need to just be measured, assess the situation. Don't destroy things in front of you like the Knight of Swords. Last week here, Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Yeah, intuition. You need to trust your intuition, and there's a message coming to you really quickly here at the end of the month. Also, there's a lot of forceful energy and fire here. There's momentum that's building up. That's really focused energy to hopefully bring you this love that's waiting for you and not this destruction that can also be waiting for you, right? You have a choice as to how this is going to come out because you are the magician. You have a choice. You can either have this love or you can have this destruction here. It's up to you. But the momentum is there. It's ready to take you where you need to go. You're in control here. You're the magician. Okay, Libra, thank you so much for being here. Good luck to you. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome to your July love reading. All right, we're going to start out with 5 cards to represent the 5 weeks in July. Even though the first and last week are partial weeks, we're going to pull a card for those as well. Now, these cards are the spirit animals that's just going to give us something to focus on with each week, something to work on, a little bit of a message, a little bit of guidance. I'm also going to pull a tarot card for each, again, as a theme for that week, something to really hone in on and focus on, okay, so that we can reach our highest self, either. All right, here we go. Energy, influence. Past, present, what's on your mind, subconscious. All right, outcome. Here we go. Bottom of the deck here, justice. Yeah, karma is at play, Scorpio. Trust that whatever or whoever has wronged you in the past, justice will be served. Okay, love energy here. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is about really focusing your energy on something, whether it's about this relationship, something material in your world, something to stabilize your relationship. Universe says keep doing it because obviously that focused energy is only going to serve you. right? It's going to serve you. Now, here's the thing. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Cups here, which is in your supportive or maybe possible challenge area here. You're really, you know, you've got the opportunity here for joy and harmony. But if you're so focused on mastering something, you're forgetting and denying yourself this opportunity for joy, harmony, that unified love, the overflowing love that you want, that we all want, right, to surround us. Recent past, you had to walk away from something that was no longer serving you, Scorpio, which is good, because that means that you used your intuition, which, by the way, Scorpio, you have great intuition. You used your intuition, you realized what no longer serves you, and you walked away. Your future here, the sun. It can't get any more optimistic than that. Whatever you want to happen will happen, right? The sun card is the most optimistic. This is the card of creation, joy, abundance. It's everything. When you have the sun card, it's just all good, right? This is what's on top of your head here. This is your crown. What you're thinking of is this discord, this fighting that occurred between you and this individual, right? And it's kind of, it was senseless. It was needless fighting, but you guys fought nevertheless, and you're still thinking about it. Bottom of the deck is you, the King of Cups here. You've got the King of Cups, and I mean, this guy here is full of love. He has so much love within him, but he can't give it to anybody. I think part of you is protecting the King of Cups, that ability to love, because I think you've been hurt too many times, Scorpio. All right, Queen of Wands, you're coming in very confident this month. You are doing exactly what you want. No one's going to hold you down, right? You want sovereignty. You know your worth. There's a part of you that's being forced to really look at the deeper meaning, you know, kind of getting in touch with your intuition, right? Because not everything is as it seems, right? So things are still a little bit mysterious to you, but you're going to have to trust your intuition to get the answers. Here, you're surrounded by teamwork, collaborative efforts, right? That's what's surrounding you right now. That's your hope. You want a collaborative, kind of a cohesive relationship, but you're afraid that you'll never get it. Temperance card is the outcome. It's about balance. It's about patience. And it's about you trusting that the universe has something better for you. Okay, Scorpio? This is divinely guided. Everything that you had to walk away from, it was meant to happen because you had to get here, to your sun card, to whatever outcome, to having the power to create and manifest whatever you want. Let's clarify this card here, the Five of Wands, the King of Swords. So here's the thing. You met something head on, right? You're very direct. And you were so direct with your words that you may have been, you may have just cut this person out of your life permanently because you were so direct with your words. Sometimes the King of Swords, because he is so direct, he doesn't think with his heart. It's all intellect. It's all in the mind. And so he says what he says without thinking that maybe it hurt the other person, and maybe the words that he used were so forceful that it ended up cutting somebody out of their life, out of his life. Bottom of the deck here, yeah, there's a part of you that wants harmony and peace and joy and celebration, but you're keeping that guarded. You're protecting that part of you here that no one knows that that's there. I think, like I said, you've been hurt too many times that you don't know how to share this part of you, Scorpio. Is that what's happening? All right, let's clarify this Eight of Cups here. Yeah, this has got you so worried and upset, and you spent a lot of sleepless nights here when you walked away from this person or this situation here. But just know that good things, brighter days are up ahead for you. Okay? Let's see. Let's clarify the Temperance card. I just want to know, what is it that you're having to kind of pull back and think on? Yeah, again, you've got another major arcana. You need to see things from a different perspective. This is all about pausing and taking time, right? Taking time and seeing things from a different perspective. Okay? All right, let's get to the weekly cards here. Bottom of the deck, look at that, the Tower card. So this thing that you walked away from transformed you. It was such a major upheaval that it, I'm surprised I didn't see, the Three of Swords, or the Death card, something like that. All right, let's take a look here. First week, Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. So here you go. Major Arcana cards, it tells you angels are at work behind the scenes. This person is very enlightened because he's guided by, look at that, Three of Swords. Yeah, he's guided by his intuition, guided by the divine. Look at this. What did I just say about the Three of Swords? That's the first card there, right? The Tower moment broke your heart. It broke your heart. but know and trust that Spirit has a plan for you. You have something great coming around the corner here. Things didn't work out the way you wanted it because Spirit has a plan for you. Pig Spirit for the second week, use your mind wisely. Yeah, don't spin in this. This is not using your mind wisely. This is just senseless waste of energy, waste of thought. Think about the past. Think about the good things that this previous relationship taught you, right? Just because things ended doesn't mean you can't spend that time enjoying the happy memories. The purpose of those happy memories is to show you that it's possible, that those occurrences are possible. And if you can do it once, you can do it again. You can have it again. Bobcat Spirit, third week, life is a mystery, right? And soon you'll have clarity. Soon you will have clarity and you will be victorious. You'll get over all of this. You've got the Sun card. Fourth week here, Scorpio, what's the theme? Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. Yeah, so things didn't work out the way you wanted it in this previous relationship and you had to walk away from it and you did suffer, but know that, wow. Trust in divine detours. Yeah, this is about you looking out at the world and knowing the possibilities are endless. The spirit, that spirit world, that the divine will navigate you through life the way you need to so that you can learn your lessons because everything is so expansive, right? Trust in those miracles. All right, last week, the partial week, you've got Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. Yeah, this is again about you trusting the divine, trusting your higher self. Being intuitive, right? Being intuitive, trusting that inner voice of yours to kind of help you work with Spirit so that you can co-create and create the world, the happiness, this 10 of Cups that you really, really want. You can get that. You just have to be patient. Listen to your inner voice because look, you've got the Sun card. That's the most powerful card in the tarot. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have gotten whatever piece of information you needed out of this reading. Good luck to you. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your July love reading. All right, we're going to start out with some spirit animals here. I'm going to draw 5 cards to represent the 5 weeks of July. Even though the first, is this 1 card or 2? Yeah. Even though the first and last weeks are incomplete, they're partial weeks, we'll still draw cards for them. They shouldn't be ignored, right? And these are just basically messages from Spirit that you need to focus on, sort of like themes that you need to work on or focus on for that week. All right? Okay, so let's get started with your general read for your love life for the month of July. Make sure that's only 1 card. Yep. Energy, past and present, your thoughts, your subconscious, your attitude and feelings. Here, outcome. Okay, bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles energy is all about comfort and nurturing, right? This is the wealthiest queen. This is abundance, right? So that is the overall theme and energy here is about comfort and providing love for one another. Wow, what is going on with the sink over there? Sorry about that background noise. All right, here we go. Energy, Wheel of Fortune. This is all about change. You're transforming this relationship that you're in, right? You're ready to level up. Obstacles, King of Wands. So this might be a little bit, the energy of the King of Wands is a little bit dominant, right? So you may, as a Sagittarius, you are a fire sign, and with the King of Wands also being a fire energy, this can be something that gets in the way of your relationship, right? Because, you have 2 competing forces there. So you may clash, right? So this may be your obstacle, is the 2 of you are not meeting in the middle because, you're a fire sign, you got this person here that's coming your way that's also possibly a fire sign. All right, in the recent past, you've experienced a little bit of loss, a setback in your relationship. Someone here is feeling really insecure. Someone feels that they've been left out. Future here, you've got a lot of choices and you can't make your mind up about something, right? So you may be wanting to progress and change this relationship and move it up further, right? Create more of a commitment between, the 2 of you, right? Choosing to commit to one another, but you're kind of in your head. You're kind of in the clouds. Your head's in the clouds, and you don't know. You can't make up your mind. There's a part of you here that feels trapped. Again, Sagittarius, you like your independence. And here you're thinking about all of the options that you may miss, right? Because you're in your head about it. You're like, well, if I settle, for one person here, I might miss out on all these other opportunities. You're feeling trapped because there's change that's happening in this relationship and it's trying to develop. But deep inside here, you think about the nostalgia, the history that you have with this person, and you know that that's something that gives you a lot of hope, right? And it's just that warm and fuzzy feeling, but you don't show it. You keep it hidden. Your subconscious knows that this is good to have, the memories, the history that you have with this person, but it's kind of giving you that sense of being trapped. You don't want to settle down, right? Again, Knight of Wands. This is the brave soldier, the warrior, right? The knight that just charges ahead. The problem with this is sometimes this person is just all about the adventure and not about commitment. So they can be a little bit unreliable. So you're coming at this again with fire, right? And this knight is all about the action, not necessarily, putting all legs down and creating stability. Look at this horse. It's on its hind legs there. It's not about putting all four legs down. It's not about that stability. It's about that energy. Yeah, there's a part of you here that wants to walk away, or not walk, but sail away, right? There's been, turbulence between the two of you, and there's one of you in this relationship wants to just move on, right? And maybe you've received like an ultimatum, right? Move this relationship forward or I'm out of here. But here you've got victory, right? I think you both are going to come to some sort of resolution here, right? And you're going to rise above. You're going to rise above all of this. But one of you, probably you, are not going to accept their offer. You want things, you want your independence, you're set in your ways. Someone wants to offer you more, but you're not willing to take it. You don't want to take it. You're happy in your state, probably your state of independence, and really in your head you're really fearful about being trapped. Okay? Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles here. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Why is it here? Yeah, there's new opportunity for love here, right? So you guys are distant and separate from one another. Know that if you turn around and accept this cup, you can have a new beginning here. That's available to you. Okay, so let's clarify the Eight of Swords here. What's that about? Yeah, Queen of Cups. Someone wants to offer you love, but it makes you feel really trapped. It's almost like you feel like you're being smothered because you are this Knight of Wands. You want to go. You're all about the adventure. You want to know what's around the corner. Death card. Yeah, this situation here is going to transform you, right? The Death card is a powerful card of transformation. You can't sit here and just push everything away and avoid transformation. You're being offered an opportunity to transform for the better, the higher you. So you have to take it. Okay? Let's clarify the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? All right, the Six of Swords. You've got the High Priestess. Yeah, this is about you looking inward, looking at your higher, trusting your intuition to reveal the mysteries, the things that are hidden, right? And once you've listened and you know exactly what's good for you or what you need to do, you're going to take action. Okay? And you're no longer going to have this fighting, this clashing. You're going to go towards calmer waters. Okay? All right. Let us go through the weeks here. First week, the theme or the message for the first week is Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Again, this is right back to that High Priestess, going to your higher self. Look at that, the Lovers. You have the opportunity here. Sagittarius, you have the opportunity here to have the love that you want, but I don't think you want to take it because there's a part of you that feels like it's smothering you, that you're going to be, tied down. You don't want to be tied down. Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. Okay, Ace of Swords. Yeah, you may be missing something, and with the Ace of Swords, this is an opportunity for you to really see things for what they are. You're going to gain clarity, and again, you're going to have victory. The Ace of Swords is a card of victory. All right, let's look at the third week here. Third week, you've got Otter Spirit. You are never alone. Yeah, trust in Spirit, right? And here you've got this two of the same cards in the same draw, in the same spread here. You need to pay attention. There's something about the past that you're supposed to learn from. There's something there. Third week, pay attention to that. Okay, nostalgia, looking back at things. There's a lesson there that you're supposed to learn. The abundant universe will provide. Yeah, no need to stay in this, place of despair and heartbreak, right? Allow yourself to let in new love, new opportunity, right? That's the lesson, is for you to evolve and to find the lessons in everything. What was the meaning of that heartbreak? And maybe that's going to help you transform. Maybe that's going to finally release you from this victim mentality and allow you to commit to this person, right? To this potential love that you have available to you, that's being offered to you. Armadillo spirit for the last week. Set healthy boundaries. Okay, so what this is telling me is that if you want to maintain some independence, you guys need to talk about it, right? They can't be so smothering that it's causing you to feel trapped. Take this new inspiration, these new ideas, run with it, communicate with each other, try to make it work, because there is potential for a lot of love here. There's this great potential to have you transform to a better version of yourself, but you have to be willing to accept it. You can't keep your heart closed forever and keep yourself in a state of heartbreak, unresolved heartbreak, right? You need to let yourself evolve, because you're going to miss out, and you're always going to feel left out. You're going to feel a sense of insecurity forever if you don't let yourself evolve. Okay, Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to your love reading for the month of July. What I'll do first here is break down the month into the weeks. I'll place 5 cards here at the top. These are just spirit animal oracle cards, and that'll help to just guide your thoughts for the weeks of July. Now, the first and last weeks of July are partial weeks, but we'll count them as well. All right, and now I'm going to place a tarot card on top of each one of those oracle cards, so that, again, we have a better focus and theme for you to really think about for that week. So let's get started with your tarot cards here. And here we go. Overall energy here is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands energy is very bold, very brave, and this is the knight that is always very eager to go into battle, very into all of the action, right? This is the person that is the adventurer. Sometimes the problem here is, though this energy has so much verve, sometimes it can be, it's not that dependable, right? It can be fleeting. But anyways, let's get started with your base energy here. What's at the heart? And that's strength. And so Capricorn, this month, your inner strength is going to be tested, your courage, your fortitude. And what may get in the way of that is any kind of new inspiration, right? Any new inspiration that may be coming into your life, new opportunity for just passion, right? Some new activity, creativity. So that might be a challenge this month, because your attention may be a little bit distracted. What's recently happened for the month of July in the recent past is that you've had to really make a pretty strong decision, something that's really required a lot of inner strength, inner courage, intuition, and this courage, this decision that you've had to make was really something that weighed heavily on you. It was something that really required a lot of thought. It's not something that you wanted to deal with. It was something that was really, you see here, she's covering her heart, something that mattered so much to you, and you definitely did not want to be hurt by this decision, because it was something that weighs so heavily on you, right? But you did. You made the decision, and it was a test of your courage, your fortitude, and here we are. In the near future here, what's going to happen is you're going to take a pause, and you're going to evaluate everything that's going on in your life, in your love life, and you're going to decide if there's anything else that you need to cut out, or if there's something that you need to leave behind. But it's definitely something that's really been the theme here for the past few months for you, is something has occurred in the past, and it's forcing you to really make a decision of what to leave behind, what can better your future. Here at the crown, you've got the World. This tells me that you come to a completion. It's something that has really affected your life in the past. And in the previous reading, you had a Tower moment earlier in the year. And it's been a rough year thus far, but it's gotten better as the year has progressed. Definitely 2024 was a big deal for Capricorn, a life-changing type of year, something that's really, formed kind of like the overall theme here of change and growth. So definitely those Tower moments, it has really shaped the current situation. Right now, what's at the crown here is the World card, which again is about completion. You know, the journey is nearing its end, meaning that you've learned the lesson that you needed to learn. Underneath it all, subconsciously, you still feel a sense of hurt, a sense of loss, because you may have lost something financially, something material. There's a sense of insecurity here still that's lingering in your subconscious. So something here is not, you're not letting go of. You need to let go of this thought or this feeling of loss, this pervasive feeling that you're missing out on something, right? Because although something truly monumental is going on here in your life that's kind of transformed you here, you have to find a way to change your way of thinking about whatever it is that you feel you have lost, right? You have the energy of the wands, and it's pushing you forward to continue this journey. But know that whatever it is that's gone on, you know, you're getting to the point where you've learned the lesson, and it's time for you to complete that journey so you can be at your better self. Now you've got the King of Wands. So you've got the Knight of Wands, and you also have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a leadership type of energy, because the King of Wands is the master of the suit. And the King of Wands is full of energy, full of fire, full of inspiration. Definitely a visionary and a leader. So you will be called upon at this time to really take control, be the leader, be the visionary, think outside the box, that sort of thing. And here we've got this thought of the past, reminiscing about the past, nostalgia, and how things used to be. There's a part of you that is really thinking about what's occurred, what it used to be like before your Tower moment, but definitely something that has taught you a lesson. In your area of your hopes and fears here, you've got the opportunity to start new love. And if the Tower moment consisted of love, you know, something happened in your love life, your relationship, and it's flipped it upside down, you have the opportunity here to start something new, right? Just like here, you have the opportunity to start something new, something passionate, something that you can really fall in love with and really affect you emotionally. You have that. You want that new beginning. You want that new inspiration. You have the energy here. You have the push and the drive and the passion to make that happen. Here, this is, you know, as far as the general outcome here, we're talking like 9 of Wands is exhaustion, right? This is the battle-worn soldier. This means that there's a part of you that wants to quit but won't, because you can persevere. You've got persistence. You've got perseverance. That soldier will not quit. They will stand there at guard and protect what is important to them. So let's clarify some of these cards here. Let's clarify first the Two of Wands. And I'm sorry, the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. Why is the Two of Swords here? And we've got the Hierophant. Yeah, there was something here in the past where you had to make a choice about the structure, the tradition that you've followed for the longest time. That decision has made you wiser, and it's kind of giving you a chance to really connect yourself in the world here to the divine. This decision has really allowed you to grow and allowed you to connect to the divine. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify here the Five of Pentacles. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you've got your Two of Wands. You've got your Ace of Wands, now your Two of Wands. There's a part of you that's really looking at the big picture here, able to look at the big picture. And at some point, again, you've got the number 2. This is about decisions. You're making plans. You're making plans about your future, and you're seeing that, you know, the world is out there. It's ready for you to explore. Your world is changing. It's ready for you to explore, and you're ready to take that step forward. Let's go ahead and clarify the Nine of Wands. So yeah, subconsciously there's a part of you that wants to leave this Five of Pentacles state. You just have to go ahead and take that step. You're making plans. You want to move forward. You want to go ahead and take that new journey. Yeah, there's this fight here that you are really persevering through, and that's stability. Right? The stability that you have in your love life, your family life. You want to be able to create something of substance, in this relationship that you're in, whether it's your marriage, some new relationship that's just started. Definitely you are looking towards stability. Now here with the Four of Pentacles, again, this is financial stability, right? Something here, and something of material, but be very careful that you're not holding on too tight, that you're consumed by this quest of financial or material stability for this relationship, right? With the Four of Pentacles and then the Five of Pentacles, it tells me that in this relationship, something was lost, whether it's something became unstable. And when it's the Four of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles, it's suggesting that this has to do with the material, the money, the finances, right? And know that you are persisting and persevering through. And you're going to get the stability that you need in this relationship. And you also, like I said, have the opportunity for new beginnings. There's going to be a lot of noise. There's going to be some fighting that's involved here in this relationship, this outcome, and this quest for stability. But you don't have to participate in it, right? That's just noise. Because look, you've got the Magician card that tells me that you have everything you need within you to create the world and the type of relationship that you want. You're in control. You just have to use your intuition. You have everything you need within you to create the world, the situation that you want, the outcome that you want. The Magician can create anything that they want. They're powerful, right? So this decision here that you're making, this reassessment that you're doing, looking at your crops, looking at everything around you, you can turn that into however you want, or to whatever you want, excuse me. So yeah, you've got a lot of power here. You've got a lot of power here, Capricorn, and you definitely will be able to create the stability that you want in this relationship. Yeah, look at that, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is the master manifester, right? She can manifest anything. She is the law of attraction. She's so magnetic that she attracts whatever she wants. She's very focused, full of confidence. She's got independence and freedom. She knows her worth. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Alexa, stop. All right, now look at the bottom of the card here. You've got the Temperance card, which tells me that there was something that was once imbalanced in your life. And the Temperance card tells you to slow down a little bit, focus on balancing out your life, everything in moderation, right? No need for stress, no need for overthinking, no need for anxiety, nothing like that. Trust that the angels behind the scene are working something out to your favor, okay? So now let's go to the weeks broken down here. The theme for the first week, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Sing your own song, right? So create what you want. What is that song? What is the tune that you want? You're the Magician. You're the Queen of Wands. And look, you've got the King of Wands again. Repeat it anytime that there's a repetition in cards there. Pay attention. Again, leadership. You're in control. You're in control of how you're going to create this relationship, how you're going to mold this relationship. Is it going to be full of chaos here, or is it going to be love? What are you letting in? What are you allowing to begin in this relationship? Second week, Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. Yeah, time to let go of this feeling of insecurity and loss, right? Whatever it is that's consuming your subconscious, it's time for you to let that go. Let go of that hurt. Again, King of Pentacles, a position of leadership. You need to be in control. Once again, that's the message here. It's another strong court card. The King of Pentacles is so knowledgeable because the King of Pentacles has a long history of experience. And so he becomes like the advisor to everyone because he is so stable and he is so sure of what's happened. He uses his experience to navigate his world. He's incredibly intelligent, incredibly resourceful. Yeah, you need to be the one in control. Be wise. Be wise like the King of Pentacles. Dragonfly Spirit for the third week. Truth transcends illusion. Yeah, again, in the subconscious here, this illusion that you don't have enough, that feeling and that thought and the perseveration over lack, over not having enough, that's an illusion. You have enough. Queen of Cups, another court card. This tells me that you need to use your intuition. You need to love yourself. You need to take the time and love yourself. Use your intuition to pour love into your relationship. Okay, don't forget to take care of yourself though. The fourth week here, the theme is co-create with Spirit. Capricorn, never forget that Spirit is always around you. Spirit is here to help you, to give you the stability that you want. Your skill, whatever it is, If you're the Queen of Cups and you are able to pour love into this relationship, know that Spirit is with you. Spirit is guiding you in how to create stability in your life. You have your Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, right? You have that stability there. You just have to, again, take leadership, take control. Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. That's the focus for the last week. Capricorn, don't forget that you need to be loyal to yourself, because again, we circle back around to the Queen of Cups. She's the type of person that pours her love into everything except for herself. She forgets herself. Don't forget to take care of yourself. The Knight of Cups here is all about romance. Be loyal to what you love. Now, if the person you are with is your soulmate, is the person for you, you're happily ever after, don't forget to put romance and pour romance into this relationship. The Knight of Cups is someone who is in love with being in love. So don't forget to pour love into your relationship. You're being offered by this individual to love, to show love. They want to give you love. Accept it. Be loyal to what you love. That's a lot of love, right? All right, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. I hope that July treats you well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Aquarius. How are you today? This is your July love reading. What I'm going to do is break down July into their weeks. I'm going to pull out 5 cards to represent each week. Now, the first and last weeks are partial weeks, but I'll pull for them anyways. And these cards are basically going to serve as guidance for us for the month of July. I'll also pull 5 tarot cards to serve, again, as guidance, as a theme to think about for the week. All right, let's get started with your tarot cards here. This is going to be a general reading for your love energy, your love life. Oops, 1, 2, yep. All right. All right, and bottom of the deck here, we've got the 3 of Cups, Aquarius. So Aquarius, this is all about celebration, love, friendship, right? Coming together. So something here in this month of July, you're going to be celebrating. You're going to be surrounded by love. Wow. Your energy is the sun. The sun energy is the most powerful energy. It is creation. It is optimism. It's potential. It's everything. I mean, whenever I see the sun card in a poll like this, it pretty much trumps everything. It blankets everything else. Anything that's negative, it blankets it. Here, the Knight of Pentacles tells me that the focus that you have may be about creating stability, planting the seeds for the future, for the long run, for the long haul. This is something that's going to be well thought out, well planned, because the Knight of Pentacles does not move fast. So you're setting up the seeds here for the very best outcome for you, Aquarius. In the recent past, you've really worked on stability. Okay, you may have had a skill, for example, that has been something that you've been working on. But overall, with regards to relationship, yeah, you've worked hard to try to build some stability, some structure into your relationship. And here we are in the present future, present time, you are really, I mean, with the Sun card, everything that you've done to set yourself up to success, for success, here we are. And look, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. You've got abundance in this relationship. You've got stability. There's a lot of focus in love and stability in this relationship. This is you enjoying the fruits of your hard labor, right? And you're going to enjoy this with the individual that you are with. Now here you are consumed by worry, but there's nothing to worry about because the Sun card here, this is a major arcana. The spirit, the universe has your back here. There's nothing for you to overthink. There's nothing for you to worry about. You need to just let everything take its course. In your subconscious here, you're really focused on working hard towards something. Again, the Pentacles card in a relationship talks about, for me at least, when I see the Pentacles card, you've got 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Again, you're trying to create stability in this relationship that you have. You have it. There's no worry. You've got the Sun card here to protect this. You've got everything that you need. Look at that. You're coming at this from a place of love. You have the opportunity here to be in love, to start something new, to really find your soulmate, to pour love into your relationship. Something new is coming for you. Queen of Pentacles. This is about comfort, nurturing, resourcefulness, You have everything here, Aquarius, to really set yourself up for the best love of your life, best experience. Yeah, hopes and fears here is you feeling really exhausted. You're wondering, am I ever going to get what I want? Well, yes, you are. You are. It's right in front of you. You have that opportunity to really just make the current situation, your current relationship, really flourish. If you're not in a relationship right now, guess what's around the corner? You've got the Ace of Cups. Now here in the outcomes, you've got generosity. You've got the Six of Pentacles. Again, all about stability. This is a give and take situation. If you are with someone, guess what? You have to really focus on giving and giving to one another, right? When the person is down, you give to them, and vice versa. That's a focus here that you need to have in order to make this work and create more stability and happiness in the relationship. Okay, let's look at the first week here. The first week of July, the focus is on Canary Spirit, sing your own song. And the King of Swords. The King of Swords is the master of the suit. This is all about logic. This is about thought. You do have to be very careful that first week, because some of the downsides of the King of Swords is that they're a little bit direct and unyielding. And so there may be a time here where you're going to be asked to just kind of see things in a different way. Be careful how you communicate with others, because the King of Swords can be very cutting with his words, right? He's very analytical. He's very intelligent. So you have to be very careful that you're not just kind of approaching things in such a negative way, where you're picking something apart and you're just nitpicking at your partner. You don't want to do that, right? Try to approach things, yes, logically, but be careful of how you're using your words, is what I'm trying to say. Something about that first week tells me that there might be a little bit of conflict there if you're too direct. Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. Whatever it is that's really consumed your mind here, it's time for you to let go. Not everything is as it seems. The Moon card here tells you that it's all an illusion. Whatever it is that's consumed your mind here, that's keeping you up at night, it's an illusion. It's something that you created. It's not as bad as it seems. You need to trust your intuition so that you can let go whatever it is that's causing anxiety and worry in you. The third week here, you've got Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Look at the card that you have here, the 10 of Cups. This is joy, this is fulfillment, this is harmony, right? And to me, that goes really well and along with the Sun card. This is you reaching that potential, reaching your goal of happiness, right, in this relationship. Whatever you've been working on in the past to create stability and happiness and optimism and fulfilling the potential that this relationship has. Look at the focus here for the third week. The third week is the 10 of Cups. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now for the fourth week, you've got Cat Spirit, claim your independence. That to me speaks to this card, release yourself from the worries, right? Here you've got decision making, again another pentacle. You're trying to juggle your time here, your world. Maybe you're working too much and trying to balance that out with your relationship. Try to find balance, release yourself from that worry of working too much, of worrying about structure and stability in the relationship. Don't be a slave to that. Find balance so that you can pour some love into your relationship. Okay, this relationship has so much potential. And in the last week of July here, you've got Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love, right? Don't forget to be loyal to yourself. Also, take care of yourself. Don't let yourself overthink and worry. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your partner, because be loyal to what you love. If you love your partner, take care of them. Be loyal, right? Queen of Pentacles. Again, this is about nurturing. This is about comfort. You're creating comfort and stability in your relationship. Don't forget to stay loyal to your partner, because they love you and they care for you and they want the same things that you do. Okay? So that is it for this month. I do want to clarify here the 9 of Swords there. What is that about? Let's go ahead and clarify the 9 of Swords card. What is the 9 of Swords about? Yeah, again, you're being told you are using a lot of negative words and negative thoughts that's kind of getting you into that spiral. The Devil card is all about our shadow self, our self-sabotage, right? That's what's happening here. You've been thinking, you've been spinning out of control about worry. There's nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be okay. You've got the Sun card here. You've got your 10 of Cups here. Whatever your worries are about this relationship, you need to let it go, because you have the divine here looking out for you. You've got so much potential. You've got love that's all around you, but you're not allowing it in because you're letting yourself be consumed by these negative thoughts and that worry. Okay? So thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. I hope that this reading helped you. Best wishes for the month of July. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to your July reading. I hope everything is going well with you. Now what I'm going to do is break down the month of July into 5 weeks, even though the first week and the last week are partial weeks. And I'm going to separate here 5 cards that's going to give us some guidance for each of the weeks, sort of a theme to think about that will kind of help guide and bring us to, I don't know, give us a message, right? Give us something to think about and to really work on so that we can get closer to our highest self. All right, let's get started with your tarot cards here. This is a general love reading. I put lotion on my hands and everything is sticking. 2, 4, there we go. Bottom of the deck here, Temperance. Temperance card is all about patience, taking a pause, and creating balance and moderation in your life. So Pisces, that's a big focus for you for the month of July, is to really take pause, take some time and really trust that the divine has something else for you, something better, that they're working behind the scenes to create love, to put love into your life. You will have to take leadership in this relationship here. Use your history of experience, all of your experiences, all of the good energy that you know of, pour it into this relationship. You've got the Knight of Pentacles here. To me, that signifies that there's a quest for stability, that you're working on laying down the foundations for something more solid, more long-lasting, something for your future. But you're a very loving person, and that you're very wise, very admirable, and you're taking control of this relationship. You're the one that's pouring love into this relationship. Yeah. You've got the Sun card here in your recent past. Something that you've done to really set things up here has created this incredible opportunity, this optimism that is really showering and covering this entire spread here. Whenever you see the Sun card, that is the overall energy. It trumps any kind of negative energy that may come up. Yeah, look at that, 9 of Cups. Whatever it is that you've worked at, look, you've got wish fulfillment here in the near future. Whatever it is that you were laying down to create stability in your relationship, you're going to get it. You've got your 9 of Cups here. Now, in your crown position here, you've got the Queen of Cups. You've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. There's so much love in your relationship, so much potential in this relationship, right? Just don't go too much, so overboard that you forget to take care of yourself. The Queen of Cups can tend to do that. She's very giving to the point where she neglects herself. Make sure you're taking time out to take care of yourself. Here in your subconscious, there's something that you need to walk away from. Something maybe in the past that you're holding on to that's kind of getting in the way of you moving forward. But overall, you have no choice. I mean, the Sun card is really pushing you to make that transition and reach your goals. But in order for you to get to your Nine of Cups, you got to leave something behind, something that no longer serves you. Overall energy, yeah, control. You're going to be the one that's going to have to be bold and take control of this situation. Be the one that pours love into this relationship. The partner that you're with may be a little bit reluctant, or they may be going through some things here that, a challenge. You're going to be the one to take control and take that leadership role and really pour love into this relationship. You've got the Empress card. This is the card of creation. The Empress card and the Sun card can't get any better than that. That's all about that. That tells me you have the power to really just control the situation and navigate everything that you want to happen. You can create it. You're the one in control. The 6 of Wands here tells me that there's going to be something that you're celebrating, maybe something monumental, something that is going to really just bring you to a higher level. Here, the 7 of Wands here tells me that at some point you may have to defend your position. You've got your 6 of Wands, now you've got your 7 of Wands. At the time that you're being celebrated, know that somebody may be around you that may want to take something from you, and so you've got to defend your position. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But that's okay because you come out on top. You've got the Sun card. You're going to come out on top, but know that you know, unfortunately, you may need to defend yourself, defend something here, defend your point of view. Let's clarify that. Yeah, and it's going to cause a little bit of grief and sadness. Yeah, look at that. There's fighting, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's some fighting going on there. And what's happening here is you're defending something that's going to disrupt the stability in your relationship. Just be aware of that. All right. Clarifying here. Yeah, you're going to have to dig deep. Use your intuition, because not everything is as it seems. This is a card of mystery. This is a card of intuition, Pisces. So use your intuition to figure out what it is that you need to cut out of your life, because you have the opportunity here to start something new, but it's holding you back. This is energy. This is new energy that's going to help you propel forward to get to your 9 of Cups. But you got to remember that you need to trust your intuition. You know exactly what you need to leave behind, so that you can gain that momentum, that energy to continue to propel you forward to the 9 of Cups. All right, let's get to the week breakdown here. The first week, you've got Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. Yeah, so again, learn from the past. Know what you need to let go of so you can start this new journey. With the Fool card, you've got the next week, the second week, you've got Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. It's about you trusting that Spirit has a plan for you, something better, right? And here, you're being confronted with having to make a decision. What is it that you need to let go of that's really weighing you down? Trust your intuition. You know what it is that you need to leave behind. You need to cut it out of your life. Third week, you've got Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. That is the Fool card. The King of Cups is repeated once again. So anytime you have a repetition here, pay attention. You need to take the leadership role here and have control emotionally, as well as pouring love into this relationship, coming at it from a heart-based position. The fourth week here, the message is Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. So whatever it is that you have had to confront and deal with and have to leave behind, don't worry about it. It's not something, to me, this is the card of just worrying about the spilled milk, right? Don't worry about the three cups that have spilled. You still have something there. The 2 cups behind you, you need to change your perception, change your perspective, turn around and pick up the cups that haven't spilled. Temperance card, again, speaks to you really trusting that Spirit has a plan for you, that they're working behind the scenes to create something that is perfect for you, for your life. This is about balance and moderation, right? Taking time to pause and really reevaluating everything in your life. The last week here, last card, you've got Flamingo Spirit. Embrace the in-between. Anytime you're going through the transition, it may be rough, but embrace that time, because there's something there to be learned. Yeah, hope and healing, wish fulfillment. Yeah, you're in this transition point, right, in your life. We're all kind of in a transition point because you're ready to begin something new. There's hope, there's healing, and wish fulfillment here. So again, this is you trusting the universe, trusting your intuition that something better is around the corner for you. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.